all reports they're going to open up. They're not going to play as safe this year. They're going to do a little bit of what Craig McRae was talking about. Go forward a bit more. Challenge the opposition with their ball movement. I've been surprised how poor they've been with the ball. They're not even a threat when they have possession of the footy. And given the elite talent they've drafted over the last few years, you would think that would be their prime asset. They're actually not a bad team without the footy. I mean, they defend really well, and I think there's been too much energy placed from a coaching point of view in that side of the game. Free them up, let them play. He has to win minimum 10 games this year to keep his job, I think. But I'm not worried about his job. I just think that he's probably not worried about it either. It'll be what it'll be. If everyone's going to continue to push for Alistair Clarkson, he won't be able to hold off that threat. But just from his coaching point of view, we need to see something offensively from Stuart too, which we thought we'd see over the last couple of seasons, to be honest.
It can't be over by round 12 for them. The finals can't be off the table. Now, Essendon snuck into the finals with 11 wins. We've got to be talking about the Gold Coast at round 16 with a chance to play finals. So it can't give up on it can't be a 1-4 start like it was last year. They've got to be into this season. It's a difficult first month. So if you can, 9-10 wins is a pass mark for me, but they've got to be in the hunt with 14 other teams come round 16. The Crows, are they on an upward path, Kingy, or will there be some stagnation?
No, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win less games this year.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, 7's a lot, isn't it? I just don't think they're deep enough yet, particularly in the midfield. I think they need to stay. It sounds silly. It serves them a disservice if they go too far up the table and climb too quickly. It'll be tougher for them to win the flag. I think they need to just consolidate what they've got, still learn about their players, see what Dawson's impact's going to be on this club. I think it'll be profound in terms of playing true midfield minutes. But I wouldn't be surprised if they won 5 to 8 games, 5 to 7 games this year, and actually still took some steps forward.
So I think they win 4 to 5 games. What about the Hawks? I think it's also going to be ugly for the Hawks. I think a pass mark for them is going to be around where they finished last year under a new coach with a new system, new players, new assistant coaches. I'd be surprised if they won more than 7, which is what they won last year, and that's probably where the pass mark sits for Sam Mitchell and the Hawks. Can they get 7, 8 at a stretch wins this year? I'm not sure they can.
I've got no idea with the Hawks. This is the one team that just could really finish somewhere near the 8, somewhere near the bottom, who knows, anywhere in between. I've absolutely got no idea, and they're a really difficult one to get a handle on. Their senior core players are very good when you read their CVs and what they've been able to do. Brownlow medalists, strike players, really good impact players, forward of centre. Gunston and Sicily have been unsighted virtually for 18 months, given the injury toll on those guys. They're better than what they've shown. They were better than a 7-win team last year for me. So I would think with Sam Mitchell sprinkling his magic dust over this group, I'd be surprised if they won less than 7 games. I think they're going forward. They're too good not to. But I'm really looking forward to how he wants them to play.
So a pass mark at 8 for you?
Yeah, pass mark at 8. They have to. They've made this change for a reason.
I'm going to be a bit harder on the Blues. A pass mark for me, and this is what the board's pass mark is to make the finals. They must make the finals. Yeah, and compete in a final this year for Carlton is a base pass mark for me.
Really?
Yep. They've got to make the finals. They have to. Where you got Carlton? Have to make the finals.
Have to make the finals.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's going to be tough to do. There's so many good sides around that mark. I mean, they won 8 games last year. They basically played offense, very little defense. I like what Vossi's done early. You can see the thirst for players to get back and help. You can see the desire to handball more from traffic and create some overlap run and carry the ball a bit deeper before they drive it inside 50 and try and get it 0 to 30 rather than just be happy with an inside 50. I like what they're doing. I don't know how quickly it'll come. That's my worry. I think they'll go from maybe 8 to 10 or 11 wins, tracking on the right path. I don't have them in finals.
Williams, Sard, Chera, Cripps is fit. Curnow back. It has to be for me finals.
Walsh injured at the start of the season is a little asterisk straight away for me.
What is a pass mark for North after winning 4 last year with 1 draw and 17 losses?
Well, it's a rough start, isn't it? I mean, these are only scratch matches, practice matches, call them what you like, but you are on show, whether you like it or not. It's your first opportunity against some sort of opposition to test where you are defensively, to test where you are in a contested ball sense, and find out the reality of your pre-season. And they got whacked in the face. They got hit between the eyes yesterday by a really powerful Melbourne outfit. I know they only won 4 games last year, and it's not about the wins. It's about how they play. And I want to see what David Noble's plan is. Is it defend first? Is it attack? Because if it's defend first, I think they coughed up 20-plus goals yesterday.
They were so fumbly yesterday, in and around the
Broken
contest.
tackles.
They weren't strong enough. Fumble, and then Melbourne were just gone, and they scored it. Well, it was a training run for Melbourne yesterday, but it's February.
Well, you couldn't help but be alarmed with not just the margin, but the gap in the game. I mean, one team won the flag and one won the spoon, so there's logically going to be a gap. But I just question the use of Goldstein at full forward, whether it'll actually work. You know, just watching that first half, he was in the wrong position more often than not. He got outbodied a couple of times. It's more difficult to be a ruckman playing forward trying to impact the scoreboard than a ruckman getting forward
What's a pass,
off
Mark?
a fellow ruckman. Oh, look, I think they've got to win. They've got to win 6 games, but they've got to show us a game plan. They've got to show us a way to win. And I haven't seen that yesterday. And to be fair, we didn't see it for large patches of 2021.